Hey guys, Henry with Shooting Star here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about chest mount or altimeter mudflap mounts. There are different variations out in the market, from the most simple ones. Mostly there are all L brackets made of aluminum with webbing or Velcro strap tied to them. There are brands like Bonehead, Altimount is one of the popular ones. Then you have the ragged mounts, perforated, that comes already perforated for the Alti2 Galaxy, which is super easy to set up, and I'll show you how it's how you can mount it really easy. And then you have one of the most popular ones. It's the Shooting Star Look My Alti Wedge mount, which is all made out of nylon webbing. And it's super easy to use and set up, and you can use it pretty much with any container. We just need to know exactly what container system you're using, if it's if your mud flap is straight or if it's slanted, and I'll show you a couple of examples in a little bit, and what side you're mounting it on, and what are the general length of your mud flap, so we can get exactly the mud flap, the mount that it's that's going to work with your rig. Because sometimes the mud flaps can be a little bit longer, so we have to modify this part so it goes further, and then when it folds down, it will actually meet with this part here. So we need to know exactly what type of container you have, if it's a straight or slanted mud flap, what side you're mounting it on, either right or left, so we can get the proper adapters for you. So super basic type of mud flaps, straight or slanted. How you know? Well, here's an example. This is what will be a javelin yoke or an back pad. So this would be a straight mud flap. See how it's squared? And this is a UPT vector container, and this, you can see them side by side here. You can see how this is cut in kind of like an angle. So this would be a slanted. It will be the same kind of for the wings containers. So those two would be slanted, and you can see that option when you select it on the website. You can select either straight or slanted. So that's the main differences. With the straight, super easy to set up. Just take everything out of the bag and undo the Velcro, and take the largest piece of webbing and just slide it in. With this mock-up right here is really easy, since we don't have any cable housings or anything going on. This wraps around the whole mud flap and then meets with the Velcro, and there you go. That's how you mount it. Then here would be your chest strap or chest strap adapter, depending on what side you're mounting it. If you're mounting it the same side as your chest strap adapter, or the opposite side of the chest strap adapter. Chest strap adapter, for those who don't know, is basically your friction adapter, where you route your chest strap through. So same side of chest strap adapter, opposite side of chest strap adapter. So we need to know that as well, so we can get you the correct ring for your mount. Okay, I'm gonna mount it on this one, on the vector, so you can see. You have to work it in a little bit, since this doesn't have any cable housing or anything. It's easier, but on this one, just kind of feel it, and then easily just slide it in and try to meet it up top. You're gonna find the cables, the cable housing and all that, so don't be afraid. Just put your fingers inside the mud flap and grab the end of the webbing. This is something that everybody can do. You don't need a rigger to install this for you, so you can do it on the field, no tools necessary, unless you're adapting something with a metal mount or anything. But here it is. See if we can catch that real quick. Here, if I can show you. Here we go. Okay, so that's in there all the way to the top, and then just fold it down. And in some, you'll see it won't match all the way, but just wrap it around, and that's why we need to know this is not a slanted version, this is a straight. That's why it's not long enough. So I'm just showing you how it's mounted so you can have an idea how it's going to look, right? For the slanted ones, we need to do a little modification on the part that sticks out where your altimeter will sit, so this doesn't happen, and so it sits kind of like in an angle so you can clearly see your altimeter. And then we need to know exactly what type of ring, what's the side. Lost the ring. Well, what side you're gonna mount it, so we can provide the proper ring for it. Remember, same side as the chest strap adapter, opposite side of your chest strap adapter, and depending on what container system you're using, that will vary. Just kind of determine where you want your altimeter, if you want it on your right or on your left side, and then from there, you can see what's most comfortable. The most common setup I've seen is on the right. I'm sorry, on the left, because that's where we normally have our visual altimeter on our left hand. So it's let's say muscle memory, just to look to your left and see your altimeter there. So that's one of the most common setups I've seen with wingsuiters or swoopers that have this system mounted. You can mount either analogs like the Altitude Galaxy or digital altimeters. If you're mounting a digital altimeter, there is an extra option you need to order, which is the Digi Pouch. It's a little pouch that basically just wraps around. Put your digital altimeter here, your Altitude or your Viso or Aries, and just wrap this around like so in there, and that's it. You have your altimeter there, and it has a little foam wedge inside, so if you want it tilting a little bit so it faces you, you can adjust that as well. So remember, if you're mounting a digital altimeter, you need to get the Digi Pouch, which is sold separately, and you can find it at shootingstar.com as well. Regarding the rings for the mount, there are two different since they're different chest strap width. We need to know exactly which one you have, so we can provide the ring that goes with your rig. There are two. The 2-inch one, which is the wide one, most common, and most pretty much everybody has a wide chest strap. But there's some container systems that have, or you can order them with a 1-inch chest strap. For that, the ring changes. Is this one. So this one routes from here, and then your chest strap goes around that small groove, that small hole there. So you just let us know which one you have on your container, so we can put all the necessary hardware and accessories inside the bag for you, so you can mount your altimeter there. And I'll show you how you can mount an analog altimeter on one of these, and it's super simple. I'll just get this out of the way so I can show you. And I have one here. This is the Altitude Galaxy. I took the back plate out so I can show you. And on this, let's say this is mounted on your chest, on your mud flap here, right? I'm just gonna quickly set it up here so you can see that. And it's super easy. It's not something so complicated. So there you go. So you take your Altitude Galaxy, and what you will get out of the bag is something like that, right? So you just remove the 4 screws behind the altimeter to take the hand mount out, and then you will end up with a plate, the altimeter, and 4 screws. You just set that. Normally, I see a lot of people setting that this way so you can see the numbers easily, and just sandwich the webbing in between the back plate and the altimeter. Put the screws in tight. Don't over tighten them, because you can ruin the threads in the case of the altimeter. So just enough that it's tight enough there, and that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so that's it for the wedge mounts or the Mudflap Altimeter mounts. We have different ones in stock. Everything you can see on our website is real-time inventory for all the options and items that we have. But if you have a hard time determining which one to get for your container, feel free to call us or shoot us an email to gear@shootingstar.com and we'll help you out. So blue skies and stay safe.